Our fun ended one night, June 13th, 1980. We were not ready for the attack. There were several in a short period of time. We didn't know what to do at the time, and the Sioux, as we were, ran because we are known to do this. And some see a way we see, and some do not, and there was no way we say. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Come. He say, do not see. I say, we saw no way. We say, and he sees some we, and he saw, and he says, I do not see a way we see. And I say, you were it. Who? And they say, okay, we were it, but no, we couldn't be. And he says, yes, you are it now because I say a way we see. And they rebelled against him in some way he did not foresee, for he was to them the way they say, and he knew a way we. He saw, we see no way, and he said, you are not a way I see, then you are no way to see. He said, I will cut all of your fundings, and you will not see a way. And he said, no, I see you. I know what way you see, and he was the one who saw. And they see no way he see, and they were all to it no way. It was for a period of years, not including 100, and we see they were not a way we say, and he says, hey, what do I see it? He says, oh, he has sent one to see some we, that they might see some way we see, but I see no way. For years now, people have tried to decipher what has it been to see one way we see, and they say Sue would always pay for thing he do not see, and he see it now, and we pay. Well, we see this way, no, and he says, yes, I will make it so. You have not seen me some way, and I see some way you see, and I am not a way you saw, a way we see a slave. And that is all I have to see. And he says, you will not forget this. I'll make sure you remember these ways are seen. It took many times and askings before he would see a way, and they made sure we were paying for it in addenda. They saw, we don't see, and he said, why don't they see a way? These ways we see, and they are the ones who should remember. And he says, yes, that is the problem. It is when you see no. We see this and they don't see. They say some of the ones from away we see for Kaleidoka, he does not have gun. He says they see this one and they know what it was before away. What it does is to make you forget but remember something. He says, yes, this is the punk. He says, no way. We see. Who could punk here which touch? And they see no. He says, yes, but not this one. We are in it, and he has some control. So it will just go oot, and he says it will be the way we see. He says, okay, I got it. Will not be a way now. I understand these things we see, but we don't have a way we saw. If you know what way we see the way, we should sow some wheat. And he says, no, we should not at this time and ours. It was very many times again, and they saw these things, and we see what way we see, a way we see. And he said, don't see. And he said, no, we must go to see the way. And when they did, they were set upon. And they attacked and won, but some had died most favorably between up and down and left and right to it. He says, yes, this is not a good way. We must find a new way to see. And many things were amiss, and they said, why isn't anyone here? We should see some we when we see way. And he says, yes, that is the problem in it, that we don't know who we see when we see way now. He says, this is a problem because only the one was good, and he is no longer alive, and we must see this way. He says, yes, that is the service. He says, yes, we see this way we see. He says, none of them can see this way. He says, and we must not see any way we see any longer, because this is the way they pay. And he says, this isn't any good. They are extracting Carambidus from them in the way we see Santini, and this is not any way we, and this is worse than any way we have ever seen it. For the beginning, we thought, okay, we'll just move on, carry on. We'll figure it out in time. And we walked away from them. And we said, okay, we will see a way. And he says, look, man, you can't see this way anymore. We don't see a way, we see you. He says, okay, look, I get it. He's like, look, you can't see my son no more. And he says, you have to pay me. He says, I do not pay. This is my third heir, and you cannot take it from me in any way we see. He says, look, man, if you stand over there and I stand over here, we ain't going to be okay. And he says, look, man, you have to be paid. He says, look, man, yes, I know I do. He said, they cannot come to an agreement about anything any longer. They have stopped talking altogether, and now they're pretty much at a war state where it's stay off my land and don't come near it. And they have always been this way, we see, in some ways, we say. He says, nothing has changed. This is only worse than it was at a later time to it before, away we see. There were many games. Bump-a-dump-a-dump. Goblins will pay for remarks, I see. Only you can get unpaid and sigh. Only my monkey has butts to clean.